Oh, the mates, it's Ratfrites again, long time no here. Just kidding, I think that my last video was about a week ago or something. Welcome to my guide on Mount Fay, how to get double jump in Silksong. Basically, if you struggle with this, please watch my guide because it, shows step by step how to make it quick to the top of the mountain. We start off with the bench, of course, and remember, once you start this route, you have no way of earning money, Silksong money, so they are beads, right? Anyway, you have to bring at least 60 of those with yourself. Please do that because you will need a bench. You'll definitely need a bench, and benches are unfortunately not free in Silksong, at least most of them. So when you start off, remember to play it cool and try to preserve your health. And if, of course, that's possible, do it fast. So look at me here. Even though I am freezing to death, my movements are not erratic. You have to do the very same thing. You have to learn how to jump from one platform to another without making any mistakes. And even if you are freezing to death, you just have to keep calm, do it fast, but not get too greedy to preserve your health. You have to preserve enough health to another checkpoint. And by the checkpoint, I mean the point where you are not freezing. And most of the time, when you climb Mount Fay, you get some little bit of silk here, there, or simple enemies you can bump into to get more silk, and the charm that gives you silk when you get damaged also is very helpful here. So don't worry, even if you are at one heart, proceed. Or when you can't, when you are low at health and can't get to another checkpoint and you don't know how much time you have left and you are at the point of freezing, it's really better to go back to the light if it's close enough, than to proceed. After warming yourself up and maybe farming some silk, you can go back to conquering another part of the route. This lake here, I've died multiple times to this lake. I know that there is the light point directly to the left of the lake. So do everything in your power to just get through the lake, because once you reach the door, you will be safe. And there is no point of turning back in a situation like this. But if, for example, you are doing some parkour and you will be safe down if you drop down to a certain point, where you instead push yourself towards some, future point you don't see or don't know and you haven't checked, it's really better to take a break, warm yourself up, and then go at it again, especially if there's a bench nearby. Once you get to the second bench of Mount Fay, you can go to the right, and along with some money, not enough for a bench of course, is going to be a very, very cool charm. To get it, you'll have to destroy crystals in your way. They of course respawn after a very short period of time, so you have to make sure you don't stay in the way while they do that. And aside from that, it's a simple little challenge. After you pick it up, go directly back to the bench and resume your painful journey. In the next challenge, you will be introduced with snow that is absolutely not climbable. Climbable? Is it a word? Climbable. Yeah, alrighty, this one is a word. So you have to stick to the wall and definitely go nowhere near the snow. Oh mates, I would have forgotten. Please don't be me, and when you see a light that preserves your life, do not try to break it with your nail, because most of them are breakable, and you don't want to climb with no checkpoint, right? Nobody wants to. Oh, see this? See this? This is repetition that gets you killed. This is what you should not do. Please don't be me, alright? I really am a great example of how not to act. The safe, correct option of what to do when we have to repeat certain moves and we have no time for that would be to go back to our previous checkpoint, wait it out, and try again. Please be patient with Mount Fay. It's a really difficult parkour and you don't always get this lucky. As you've probably guessed, there will be a lot of spikes in your way, so best not to take any chances, and if you don't have to, do not pogo off them, alright? Just float over them. Use pogo as a, pretty risky option only when you are in a crisis. Among all the hazards in Mount Fay, that is the low temperature, slippery snow, spikes and everything, I think the frozen water is the most dangerous, so make sure you don't fall into that. And when you are shooting the needle thing at the bugs to bounce off them, make sure you shoot them directly in the middle, okay? That's how it will work brilliantly. Because if you dash and if you pogo off them, their spikes might reach you, and that's no good because each one little mask you have of your health is very, very precious here. As you have must noticed, we've made a loop and we are back directly at the trail we have to conquer the first time. So I encourage you to go back to our primary bench, the first bench we encountered in Mount Fay, because the second part of the climbing is going to be pretty rough. Alrighty, my bad. No. Actually, no. The route we are going to get through is very simple. Another bench is right away to the left. Thing is, I am very unsure of my skills and that's why I went back to the bench. So I just made you go back to the bench because of my ideas. So sorry for that, but if you don't, do step by step what I'm telling you, you really don't have to go back to that first bench. But just in case I did that, you can do that too. Anyway, we are at the third bench and things are looking just fine, aren't they? Well, it's not all roses and I don't know, sweets and roses, something like that. It's not so marvelous because we have another terrible journey ahead. Though I got to say that if you made it so far, you will get that double jump because 10 seconds from now we will have an air corridor that will bring us directly to the mountain top. And there it is, the glorious end to our struggle. But no worries, I will add some very cool lore after we achieve the mountain top because I found a great NPC to the left of the mountain top. Oh, Roshi, and a very important thing, when you see a giant beast approach you, don't worry, that's not a boss fight, that's just a cutscene. Congratulations, we have double jump now. But I think the pigeon that is sitting next to us is much cooler than that. Having reached the mountain top, now it's time to go to the NPC I found and trigger the special interaction that you probably have not seen. Oh mates, and I forgot, I wanted to ask you about something about the game. I wanted to know, how do you feel about the game's difficulty? Both when it comes to parkour and when it comes to bosses or standard enemies, I kind of feel like the game is more tedious and exhausting than Hollow Knight and less rewarding. I mean, the maps are not this cool as I wish them to be, or maybe I'm just whining, I want you to share your thoughts in the comments. So please leave a comment. And, well, on to the thing I wanted to do. So let's meet the NPC. Oh my goodness, I hate dealing with snow. And, this route to the NPC is awful. It's really awful. And to be honest, if not for the fancy interaction, it would be absolutely not worth it. You don't get any charm, any money, any things, to be honest. You just get interaction. It's like Puff of Pain, but much shorter. And now I will shut up for you to enjoy the interaction.
Tamiayan. Hironare. Magina Fora. That's fine. Da, Fenestra.
That was so awesome. I'm happy that you could experience that with me. Thank you so much for watching. That's basically all the secrets of Mount Fay I have found. I hope you'll have a wonderful day. Cheers, Ratfrites.